What inspires your designs the most?
It really all kind of depends on what the design is calling for. If it's for a band, mainly a lot of the lyrical content of whatever they're trying to do. Or, you know, if I'm designing a flyer for a show, it really depends on the time of year. Like if it's a winter thing, I'll try to do like a crazy snowman looking thing. Or, you know, things along those lines. But that's mainly it. You know, you really just got to read into what you're trying to design for.
Given the economical status of our country and the current inflation, what advice would you give to an aspiring designer like myself who's currently in college?
I can't lie, it's tough out there. I graduated going on 2 years ago, and I just found a job in the corporate world, basically. And, you know, you just have to keep trying, keep looking for what you're trying to do, and that's basically all I can say.
Where do you work now?
I work at Marola Tile in Somerset. I do image editing for our different websites and for our different products.
Why did you choose graphic design as your central field of work amongst the other artistic careers that are out there?
Originally when I picked it, the economy wasn't as crappy as it is right now. It seemed to be a lot more jobs. I had originally been a photography major before that, and I figured that I can use my photography background for a lot of the graphic design. And, you know, the graphic designing to me seemed a little more, I don't want to say interesting, but it pertained to me a little more. I felt like I could do a little more with that.
Alright. Who have you designed for in the past?
I've designed for numerous bands, one called Betrayas from right around here. I did their EP album art. That's the back.
Designed it for your
Pretty much, they just asked for, and I'm saying this, you know, quoting them, they wanted a wicked snake. So I gave them what I thought was a wicked snake. You know, I've worked with them numerous times, creating show flyers for them for different shows. Them and another band that they're friends with called Up in Arms. I've done a lot of their flyers and press shots for their photography. And I used to work at Middlesex County College when I was going to school there in the student activities office. I was basically the head graphic designer there, making event posters and flyers and things for there.
Is that the school you attended?
Yes.
Were you part of any clubs there, or?
Not really. Basically, we were just volunteer for things. I know my teachers, they always had different exhibits going, so that's basically like, it wasn't a sanctioned club, but that was our own thing. We would always help them out and design things for them.
Yeah, it's more of like a voluntary thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you prefer to work in solitude or around other people? Like, would you work for yourself, you know, independently, or do you like working for a company?
It's kind of tough. I've done a lot of the solitary work. You know, working for the bands, doing the freelance thing. This is my first, well, not my first, but you know, the job I have now is the first one where I've actually had to work with people.
Steady, yeah.
You know, things with their input and their, you know, their final product is very important. You know, so I can do both. I prefer to work on my own, but you know, for a steady income, I kind of have to work with people. So.
What's your favorite piece that you've done? Do you have an example of it that we can see?
I have a few things in my portfolio here. I just gotta find it. I think it would be this DVD poster that we had to design. We just had to take something that had already been made and remake it. And, you know, I really liked it mainly because a lot of people were offended by it. And that was pretty cool in my book. I just have like angels falling into hell. And, you know, some blood splatters.
Yeah, and that goes with the band pretty well, too.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And, you know, I just figured the title of the DVD, Walk With Me in Hell, really worked well. The original really wasn't anything spectacular. It was mainly just like a Grim Reaper sitting there. I figured we could go one better and, you know, make the angels fall into hell. So that makes it a little cooler.
Is Lamb of God one of your biggest influences, or?